As I suspected, 32 flavors.
That's my opinion!
What? Well, hello, human beings. How is everyone tonight? It's nice to be here, I must say. It's nice to be here. We got an awesome panel tonight. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk a specific topic. It's been good. I hope everyone's week has been good. I see a few fellow human beings commenting is dangerous. Reminder set, but must be from yesterday. Pat S., here we go. What's up, buddy? Parrot Head, 32 flavors of wiener, likes it from the behind. Not as much as you, my friend, but one day I'll get there. One day I'll get there. So, yeah, tonight's going to be awesome, and it's going to be a nice panel of... I love how each week we're coming up with something just awesome to really swing a conversation. Just keeps the conversation just moving, have all these ideas that we're like, hey, this is cool. Oh, hold on. I like this because this. And now this week we get to continue that. And this week we get to go to the realms of the alternate dimensions, the multiverse, the what ifs, the Elseworlds, the 2099s, the noirs, the Indias, the whatevers. Whatever it is that you like. We're talking about those things. We're talking about those non-continuity stories, the ones that you could say don't matter but are good one-offs or a good line of stories, whichever. That's what we're talking about tonight. And it's going to be fun to talk about that because I think we all hail from a little bit of a different background particular to that. And we have a special guest who will be on here tonight as well, who is a good friend of the channel and someone I've been looking forward to getting on here. So before he shows on up, I'm going to introduce you to my fine co-panelists here. And the first one here, who's celebrating Jack Kirby month, my good friend, Mr. Clobbering Tides.
Hey, man, what's up?
Not a whole lot, man.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Were you at the karaoke earlier?
I was there doing a little wrenching for Polly, yep. Yeah, buddy.
How was it?
I was ladies singing, so you can't beat that. Lorena Creole was over there. And
yeah, I saw that. That's cool. Yeah. Nice. Ready for Sunday? I'm ready for Sunday.
Sunday. I don't know what's going on. What's happening Sunday? I'm busy Sunday, but I hope you have a good Sunday.
I'm gonna be like De Niro and analyze this. You're very good. You're very, very good. I see what you did there, Clobbering. You know what's going on. You. All right, we got our fine human beings here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcoming back after a few months away and a very heartwarming welcome, Mr. Fenrir, the Ice Wolf.
Evening, ladies and gents, and all the ones that loves the acts of superheroes and villains. It is great to be back, and my apologies for being off for so long. But life calls you, you got to take the call.
So how's it going, Fenrir?
It's been going pretty great, except for a couple of material aspects. Got a couple of free books from the store. We're literally getting rid of most comic books now and just replacing everything for manga nowadays, and it's kind of sad. I mean, I'm trying to still convince the boss to keep a couple of shelves with some 80s and 90s stuff, but it's getting hard. Seriously, manga is dominating everything worldwide now.
Yeah, I mean, and it shows. Obviously, a topic for another day. But you ready to talk about this fun topic tonight?
Oh, damn right! I got a lot of favorite what ifs. Specifically, most of the ones involving the Fantastic Four, but I got a couple that aren't Fantastic Four.
Yeah, we'll get there. I got a few other guys waiting backstage. We got 3 other fine gents. We're going to introduce them. We got the next one up in line of the Archivist Antarctica's Mr. Jed.
What's up, Nick? What's up?
Hi.
What's up, dude?
Not a lot, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to enjoy some stuff tonight.
Yeah,
what's going on with you?
I gotta say, some of my favorite what ifs was my first. I think it was the first one, and Kobe can correct me on this. The very first one where they did what if Spidey joined the Fantastic Four. and some of my my Fantastic Four is one of my favorites. And then there
Why'd
was.
you say that for the panel when we got everyone on board? So that's what we're doing. But just want to see how's everything go. How's the channel going?
Oh, we've hit 200 and I think 30. So
nice, good. Keep up the good work, man. I like it. Keep up the ball. All right. We got another guy who has become a fine regular on the panel, and he happens to be another one of the anarchist activists. He is the Ironcaster.
The lord of all bearded dwarves.
How are you, sir? What's going on in your life?
Oh, it has been a good week. I was picking up some new comics, checking out some brand new what ifs, and there's one in particular I want to talk about tonight, and I am excited for.
This is good. I'm glad to hear. All right, dude. Thank you. I knew you were gonna come ready to the table with this. So, and I have considered your topic for next week's too, which we're gonna do. Even though I'll be in Vegas, we'll probably just do a shorter rendition, but we're gonna do it next week. So the show will still go on. But anyways, glad you can join us. Thank you. We got two other gentlemen here, and one of them is a gentleman who will help me start this one. He hails from the deep south, Mr. Pablo, also of Midnight's Edge Espanol. Geektropology.
Howdy how!
I love how you introduce that every time. All right. So how's it going, buddy?
Whew. Well, I saw the Suicide Squad. I like it.
Me too.
Man, there are some really good scenes. They miss Starro for a lot of things, but they should have looked at the Starro and get a sequel. That's all I say.
Yeah. I mean, I might set up a separate panel to talk about that movie. I might. Yeah. So if I do, I'll let you guys know because I do want to talk about it. I do enjoy it. But I do have some complaints as well, but overall I enjoy it. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have one last fine gentleman here. He's a guy I've been wanting to have on here for some time now, especially since I learned that he was a fan of the comic books, watching his live streams. I like to call him the Yellow Flash of our realm of the smaller channels. He is 24/7 Fusion Media.
Hey, how y'all doing out there?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, buddy?
I'm good, man.
Hey, what's up, Fusion?
24
man. Glad to be here with y'all. There you go.
What's up, brother?
I'm good, man. Yeah, I'm glad to finally get a chance to stream with y'all. So, once Nick extended the offer, he couldn't, I couldn't turn him down. So here I am. So it's good to be here.
Well, thank you. Seriously, the honor is truly mine. I knew you definitely are very well versed in the comic realm, and I'm just like, how have I not had this guy on here? So this is just one of those things. Like, I guess it was just a matter of communication, and now here we are. The rest is going to be history tonight, as per usual. Thank you for joining us. We're going to have some fun. Before we get on to talk about some comic books, we got a few fine human beings here. That 70s rock fan, hail friends. Just Joe 47, just want to say hi. Jace Fox, hello, sir. Oh, man, hell yeah. Agent Decibel, hail to all. All right, awesome.
There we go.
I know. All right, I'm trying to think, who do I want to start? You know what? I'm going to start off with Pablo. Pablo, what do you got to the table today as far as comics? Do you got anything?
Yeah, I was thinking about an Elseworld or something that I will actually really like. And I got something from my shelf.
Oh.
This is how good it is. I got it from my shelf before going to dinner.
Okay.
The moment I got it out of the shelf, I was already reading it. So it is. I started reading it right away.
Ooh, Zelda. How pronounce that title?
Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask. Okay, cool. All right.
This is the thing. This is not supposed to be the real story. This is supposed to be an Elseworld, and not many people know it. This is not what happens in the game. A lot of the sequences, a lot of what's going on here, like I'm just when the Happy Mask salesman explain about the Majora's Mask.
Ooh, look at that art, dude. The pencils are cool.
Oh yeah, the art here is killer, man. It's amazing.
All right, dude. Nice.
It's a lot different, and they give a lot of context to things that are not supposed to even have it. But the best part is not even that. They have this whole sequence at the end where they explain how is the Majora's Mask created. And this is not canon. This is just something that the penman decided to make, and they approve it. So Nintendo approved this, but they never sanctioned the creation of this story. This is completely out of the blue, and it's fucking amazing. It's a man basically tricking a demon into becoming the mask. So
nice. Nice, dude. No, it looks great. Where could anyone find? Obviously, you're in Ecuador, so that's a little bit different from America. But do you have an idea when and where you got? So anyone in the chat know, or even anyone on the panel?
I got this maybe 6 to 8 years ago. So this might be out of print. But if you can find it, you're gonna find it on Amazon or eBay. And there's a lot of translations. This is the Spanish translation by Norma. Is the editorial that does most of the translations for Ecuador and Peru, Argentina. But I think for the US there was 2 different prints of this one. So check it out.
All right. Badass, dude. Thank you, Pablo. Way to get a good lead off with a nice, good old kickoff. I love it. Awesome, dude. All right. We're going to go to our next fine gentleman, Mr. Fenrir the Ice Wolf, coming back to Friday Night Comic Talk. I know you said you had some books you want to talk about. Why don't you tell the panel and the chat what are your into stories?
Well, I can't exactly show some pictures like Paolo did. Sorry for that. I don't have the books with me in the moment.
Okay.
I'm kind of off of my house. But mostly the ones I concentrate on are the what-if stories from the Marvel Universe, specifically the ones involving the Fantastic Four. A bit of a Fantastic Four nut when it comes to it. Well, the main stories which I interest myself for into the old what-if from 2009, the UFFF. It's like this. It's the story about the Fantastic Four, another universe where the USR still exists and all that crap. They create their own version of the Fantastic Four involving Colossus, his sister, and Reed Richards and Scarlet Black Widow, who has electric powers. It's an actually interesting story.
Wait, is that some kind of Village People weird version or something?
Oh no! She has. Imagine Johnny Storm's powers, but electrical instead of fire. It's pretty interesting take.
Well,
it's a pretty interesting take on the characters, and seriously, if you want to show some of these modern idiots that communism is bad, give them that book. Communistic superheroes are not good.
I like it now.
Fenrir, yeah, that was a good way to go.
Superheroes are not good. Literally, give them that book; they will learn a hard way. But out of that, one of my other favorites would have to be the What If the Fantastic Four had different powers. It was this other book back there in the 90s, or you can exactly remember. Yeah, it was this kind of very good idea. What if they got different powers from the cosmic rays? Instead of becoming the Thing, Ben Grimm grows a pair of wings and dragon hands. And instead of fire, Johnny Storm becomes pretty much Colossus.
Dude, nice.
Reed Richards becomes a living brain, and Susan Storm, she becomes Mr. Fantastic. It's quite a good story, but it also is a good story. I'll admit it. This isn't much of a story I don't like from the old days. But it was good. I really suggest that people go read it. It's not that hard to find. You can pretty much find it on...
I was going to say, do you have a particular knowing of the numbers, or is that... So you're saying it's called What If the Fantastic Four change powers?
No, you literally just look for what if. It's literally part of the what if comics.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out so we could single it out for the chat and the panel.
I believe this one was what if the Fantastic Four had different powers?
Okay,
Exactly.
That's a fun one. I like that one.
Exactly. It also involved another. It also had another part where it had if Richard Rider didn't lose his powers as Nova a couple of years back when he did.
I remember that one actually. That's one of the few that I read. I remember that one, the Richard Rider. Okay. And what would you like about that one? Go on.
Yeah, what ifs are.
No, I was wondering, was that from the first volume of What If from like the 60s and 70s, or was that from the second volume?
Around the first. I think around the first. I think around the first.
Okay, all right.
I was searching for that issue, and I found What If 11. What if the Fantastic Four had all the same power?
That's a fun one too.
That's convoluted.
Wait a second, I never found that one.
Yeah, there's that one. Everybody's a thing. Everybody has like invisibility.
Yeah.
Everybody has flame, and then there's one where everybody just stretchy.
But that's not number 11.
So they're all pretty much the Super Skrull then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not number 11.
What number is that, Clobberin?
Yeah.
It's not 11 because that was the one I was going to show. But
okay, then we'll save that.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin the surprise. Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll find it.
Oh, that's okay. Cool. Hey, what else you got, Fenrir? Anything else?
Okay, there's also this story where what if Loki found Thor's hammer? It's this take where you remember when Donald Blake was still a thing and he had to do some tests before earning the hammer and becoming Thor. Well, in this version, instead of actually succeeding the test and becoming Thor, he died. And in a fit of rage, Odin killed a lot of people. Yada yada. Loki found the hammer. It took a lot of twists and turns with Thor dying and going to Valhalla, but it was a good story nonetheless because slowly he regained himself back to the mortal realm and regained the hammer. But it kind of ended on this kind of cliffhanger that made you wonder what was going to come next.
By the way, it is 11. It is 11, by the way. Sorry, I got it wrong. It's 11, but it's volume 2. 11. That's what threw me off. I got volume 1. Go ahead, Ben. I just wanted to protect it.
And the one that you are telling about, Fenrir, was Fantastic Four had a different superpower is number 6.
6 of the original. Yep. See, there were 2 volumes. Sorry.
Really nice. Really nice.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, it was a good story. But literally, a lot of these what if tales end in some kind of cliffhangery style that makes you want to know what the hell's going to happen next. And that's cool, but really leaves you just leaves you with a huge pain in the butt.
It's a tease. They gave you that tease. All right. No.
They never go straight with it. There's also another one called another one that I really enjoyed called "What If Doctor Strange Was a Student of Dormammu?"
Oh yeah, that one's a good one. I like that one.
Go ahead, talk about Fenrir. What do you like about that one? So I'm gonna write that one in for the chat.
Well, I kind of liked the premise that, the premise that Strange was affiliated with the Dark Forces, but I also enjoyed that at the end they show that he's going to take the path to become who he's meant to be, the Doctor. Because they show him going to the dark path because of what Mordo literally took him. He saw the future, saw what was going to happen, used dark magic to change Strange's path. And we saw him as developing into a dark sorceress, but as it went on through the end of the story, I'm not exactly sure if he died or ascended to another plane, because I really need to go back to reading that story again. There's some parts that really get a little floppy in my head. From what I'm getting, in the end, he again goes back into the path of good to relearn. There's a lot of great stories about Doctor Strange and the what ifs. But my other one and final one is, what if Nick Fury fought in World War II in space? That was a crazy one.
Oh, wow.
Seriously, Nick Fury back in the day used to have some crazy-ass adventures.
Dude, you got me want to do my homework on this one, because the what if books were like kind of more of a mystery for me. Thank you, Fenrir. Hell of a contribution, sir.
Yeah, but
love it, man.
Not just what ifs. I'm telling to the public and everybody here, do not just only go looking for what ifs in Nick Fury. Literally, his old comics are freaking crazy. This guy dealt with everything from aliens to vampires to werewolves. Seriously, old Nick Fury was even more of a badass than the one we got in the MCU. That was never a question for me.
Ah. All right, from Pat S here. What if the Marvel bullpen became the F4 and you had Stanley as Reed Richards, Flo Steinberg as Invisible Woman, Jack Kirby as a Thing, and Sol Brodsky as a Human Torch? Anything you want to add to that, Clobberin?
Well, that's what I was going to show. Thanks for jumping in, Pat. I may as well show the picture now, right? That's okay. I'm messing with that. But that was one of the ones, yeah. Want to see the pic? Hang on.
Yeah. Let's see it.
Hang on.
I know you're good, dude. You're good.
I had it pulled up. Maybe I
good,
picked the wrong one. I picked the wrong one. Hang on. Shite.
Yeah.
I have too many screens open. All right. Well,
take your time.
Anyway, this was in the. There we go. In the mid '70s, when Kirby went back to Marvel for a while, it was one of the few interiors he did that sort of involved some of the other characters. He mostly did his own stuff other than his Captain America run. And yes, it was Saul, it was Flo, it was Stan and Jack as the characters. This is a goofy, silly, fun thing that Roy Thomas pretty much did most of the writing on and everything. Although at least he was the editor. He did a lot. Most of it's from him. And if you could pick this one up, it's pure fun, and you get to see Kirby sort of draw the Fantastic Four again, other than on covers in an interior. Even though they're obviously it's these people as the FF, but still, and it's goofy and it fits the characters. Hey, the Pat, what are you sorry about, dude? You know I'm teasing you, man. Come on. So yeah, I'm proud of Pat.
All right. No, we are. We love Pat. Can you see the photo on the top right? The second to the top right? The second to the top right. Can we see a photo of the second to the top right where your mouse is?
Right here?
That one.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, look at that stat. The thing with the cigar, the Kirby cigar.
Yeah. And nowadays, a lot of people don't know Saul Brodsky, but he was crucial to what was going on with the bullpen at the time. And Flo Steinberg she was a superstar at the time. But there you go. There's a bigger shot of the panel. So Mike Oyer, Bill Ray were inking it. And, Kirby and Roy kind of both wrote it, I guess. At the time, again, it just depends on where, that's a long story. But anyway, it's a lot of fun, and that's all it was for. There were a lot of fun FF what ifs, by the way.
Yeah, while we're here talking, Fenrir, do you have anything to add? Because otherwise, I'm going to transition to Clobbering Times if you're good.
You're gonna transition?
Anything to add? Well, anything.
Can't use that word anymore.
Good luck with that one, Nick. But if I gotta add, there's one more, and this isn't Marvel. It's mostly DC. It's Batman. It's Batman versus Hellboy. It's a pretty fun read because it actually happened more than just Batman versus Hellboy. There was also this one where he went against Starman, and Hellboy did a lot of crossovers with the DC universe. I'm not gonna lie.
I was just starting into reading some Hellboy for the first time, so that is something I am definitely going to have to look up now.
Yeah,
you're not going to regret it.
Yeah, they have
the whole Hellboy universe
crossover.
Fantastic.
Have a crossover. Batman, Starman, and Hellboy got a book together. It actually is a 2-part book. And I collect Starman.
Had a paper here.
They went against the Nazis. At some point, I really think Hellboy should become a DC character. He just mixed perfectly with them.
All right. No, Fenrir. Hey, dude, Fenrir, you had an awesome contribution coming back to this panel. Thank you so very much. This was awesome.
I had to give a good contribution. I've been sliding off.
No, dude, thank you. This is awesome. You came out here in a blaze of glory, and you came, you saw, and you're conquered, and now here you are still with us. And now we are on to my good friend Clobberin Times. Clobby, talk to us. Show us. What do you got for us? Talk to us about your favorite alternate stories.
Well, I was going to do some FF stuff, and I'm glad Fenric started with it. But since he wasn't able to show the picture, I wanted to do this for him. He was talking about the one, and this is where I was no problem, man. I wanted to do this one for you because you came up with a good one. Now, forgetting that 11 was volume 2. I was thinking of volume 111, which was the bullpen one, right? But this was volume 211, when they all had the same powers. And then you also mentioned, and someone else also mentioned, the one where they had different powers. Mm-hmm. And I believe one of you was talking about, was you, Pablo, talking about this one? One of you was talking about this one here.
What?
No, I was talking about they have the same powers.
Oh, okay, that was me, Mike. That was me.
So,
that was
okay,
me.
all right.
That's my favorite Fantastic Four. What if? Yeah.
But this was So this is one where they had the different powers, and this was one. This is the cover of the True Believers.
Right,
of this one,
the one where they had no powers. I forgot about that. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, this was.
I can't forget
this is
about
the
that
one. Now, see, it's got a burn cover. It's also got a Richard Rider story in it. The thing about this one is, the Fantastic Four, Kirby basically ripped himself when he created the Fantastic Four from the Challengers of the Unknown, a book many years previously for DC, where, he pretty much just gave the Challengers of the Unknown superpowers. So,
absolutely.
When they did this is kind of a throwback to the Challengers, and when they did the Amalgam book in the 90s, they called it Challengers of the Fantastic. Just staying with the FF theme, the other one that I recommended the other night on the comic book roundtable, but this one is a great comic that I thought I would recommend again because it's falling in line with your topic, Nick. This is this is probably my favorite, probably.
It is.
Of the FF What Ifs. What if the Invisible Girl had died? Are you familiar with this one, Fenrir?
Yeah.
I only read about 5 to 7 pages of this. I never actually finished.
That
There's got a book around here somewhere.
Yeah, I seen
this one.
Just the other day.
Yeah. Oops. I got Mark. Sorry about the ping there. This one, of course, Ron Friends did a very Kirby-ish work on the art. Peter Gillis writes a story. Yes, she was called Invisible Girl at the time. The FF in Annual 6, I believe it was, when the birth of Franklin Richards. Sue was dying. They needed a crucial element because of the cosmic rays were affecting her giving birth. And they had to go into the negative zone to get it. And Reed, Ben, and Johnny, and they end up fighting Annihilus, and Annihilus almost keeps them from getting back in time to save her. Whoa. But they make it. Well, this is what happens if they didn't make it. And Reed, boy, I'm not going to spoil it for you. When you see how Reed deals with this thing, it's a really touching story. Sue's funeral. When you see how
just look at that cover.
Well, you
can even see the emotion there.
Well, it's a Michael Golden cover doing Kirby there, and it's a great cover. And the thing is, her funeral is the best part of it. When you have the whole Marvel Universe, is the way everyone in the Marvel Universe loves Sue. She's the heart of the Fantastic Four. The way her death almost destroys the group. It even moves Submariner to try to want to help Reed, just without going too more into it. And it's a really great, touching story. It's one of the best of the What Ifs, I think. The only other one I would recommend that's FF related is, and then I'll turn it over to someone else. Does anyone remember this one? Let's see here. What if even though it's the Avengers, the Avengers had fought? There we go, right here. Sorry, I had to do it the old-fashioned way. What if the Avengers had fought Galactus?
Ooh, okay.
Tell us about it. This is a world where there's no FF. They died in the crash when the ship.
Oh.
And what would happen if it was up to the Avengers and the other Marvel heroes? And it's a powerful story. It's really good. It's touching. Can't find a really good cover. You know how these searches are sometimes. Yeah, as you can see, that cover is sort of an homage to FF49, the really actually second appearance technically, but of Galactus, for the coming of Galactus. Except instead of the 4 members of the FF, you got the Avengers there. It takes place around the same time. So, and it's a definite. What would happen if it was up to the Avengers to take on the FF? And it has a very different kind of ending than you would expect. Remember, there's I won't blow it for you.
Let's be honest.
But it's good.
The Fantastic Four are a unique team. The Avengers won't win. I haven't read it, but I can already predict this.
Well, I will not blow it for you. You know, And again, there were a lot of FF ones. What if Fantastic Four had lost the trial of Galactus? They did a lot of them. So, yeah, good stuff. Okay, you all remember this one? What if Nova had been 4 other people? One of you mentioned that earlier. So,
Whoa!
I love Nova. So that's
of course,
Ryder.
Yeah, talk to us about this one, Clobberin. What was so
one?
He'd been 4 other people? Like, what is it, like a body swap, like a Freaky Friday?
No,
how's that work?
What if 4 other people had been chosen instead of Richard Rider? Right. Remember how Nova Prime chose Richard Rider? Basically, it's been a long time since I've read this one. What if he chosen someone else?
Oh, okay. Now we're making sense. Okay, I follow that. All right.
Let me let someone else have it now, man.
You know, one of the other Fantastic Four what ifs that I did enjoy was number 21. Volume 1, 21 was what if the Submariner had married Sue? Basically, what if Namor won over Reed?
I have not read that one since it came out, dude. I couldn't tell you what happened or whether. I think I was probably angry about it, but other than that, I can't tell you much about it.
That's funny. All right. Well,
look, I'm a Submariner fan, but even I don't really like seeing him with Sue.
No, that really.
No one should. No one should like that.
Jonathan's a mutant, and who's the first mutant?
Oh, maybe he likes the smell of fish.
He's retconned as the first mutant.
God damn it! All these retcons.
Apocalypse.
No,
you know what?
She likes sushi.
I'm gonna have our guests.
Apocalypse, yeah.
I'm gonna have our guests.
Seriously, what is this concept of saying that all Atlanteans are fish? Like they're pretty much meat as human. They're not.
I'm just saying, maybe she likes the smell of raw fish.
D-Bud Martin. What if I had been on time for this stream? I see what you did there, D-Bud. Well played. And Pat S. here says, my favorite modern what if is what if the Fantastic Four... Pat stealing the show here.
Agonizer, please.
Oh, Pat S. Well played. All right.
But don't worry, this is going to become reality.
I'm gonna give our next guy the floor here.
No. What Pat just said, that's going to become reality. Just wait till the MCU comes up.
What will be the pronouns for the thing?
It.
What will be the pronouns?
It or thing.
It identifies a rock/pebble.
All right.
My God, I just cannot see the MCU doing justice.
For Sue will be. For Sue will be blank and blank. Invisible.
Right. We're gonna go into the topic. 24/7. I want to hear what you got, my friend. This is your time to shine. I know you got some stuff you would like to talk about.
You know, actually, got something to show you. I just got.
Ooh, we'll zoom in then.
Got something in the mail and figured I'd share it with y'all.
Reveal. This is nice, D-Bud. Nice. Still got his original floppies. We get a reveal on the live stream with 24/7. We get a reveal.
Drum roll, please.
He's the floppy king right there, man.
All right, hold on. I gotta get a clip. Oh.
Masters of the Universe. That's what I'm talking about, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
That's nice. 24.
Yeah, this is issue number 1 and issue number 2 back when they were 60 cents. It's the first time they had their own series here on DC Comics. So this is actually pretty old, man. This is early 80s.
Yeah.
Yep. Probably older than me.
Yeah, this is it's actually a 3-part series. And I've seen these go for outrageous prices and got them for little or nothing. So
yeah, a lot of comics comics of old that used to be 50 to 60 cents cost millions now.
You know, actually it's with this whole He-Man fiasco, man, and you know, everything is toys and everything is out of control with He-Man right now.
I get you. I bought a shit ton of old E-Man comics just to pay off because that Revelation was garbage.
I can
I just
only
needed
say
some new
that
stuff to forget it.
Masters of the Universe Revelation gave it is 1,500 subscribers to Midnight Edge Español. So fuck you, Kevin Smith. Thank you very much.
There you go. That's what's up, man.
A24, do you have the DC Comics Presents Superman He-Man comic?
Yeah, that's issue number 47. I don't have that one, man. That's worth
Dub Martin.
that's worth hundreds, man. That was actually his introduction to the, from what I remember, to the DCEU, and then from there came that, what I showed you. But that's the first time he ever got Grace into the onto the page of DC, and the thing is, they put him with Superman. So that was
Superman,
that was
I went nuts when that first came out because I was like, it has my two favorites in it. I grabbed like 3 copies off the thing.
What's he got? More I want to show y'all. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is all right, here we go. Y'all wouldn't believe what this shit is, man.
Drum roll again. Should I get a clip played? Yeah, right. I should get a clip played for this one. All right, hold up.
What?
Justice League issue.
Yay!
Ooh.
Nice. You're muted, brother. There you go. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Now look, it's funny because if you look at what they have, kind of reminds you of what's going on today, man. If you look at the signs, man, see what they're protesting and shit.
The right to work.
Protect our super rights.
Yeah.
Unfair to organize superheroes.
Look, I was gonna say, I miss these old comic book stories where they had these goofy kind of stories and tales. Now it's all just dark and gritty and stupid.
Yeah, man. This issue number 28, man. Yeah, that's that was why I was a couple minutes late. I had to go check the mailbox.
Wait, that was around the Silver Age, right? That was around the Silver Age.
Yeah,
right?
Very Silver Age. Yeah. Gardner Fox and Mike Sikowski.
Yeah, man. It's issue number 28, man. 27 more issues to number 1. So hey, yeah, man. So I'm definitely trying to work my way, but yeah, man, this is in hell of condition, man. I'll let y'all check it out one more time, man. Y'all can just see that shit, man. It's like I said, it's beautiful, man.
I love how Hal Jordan looks on that. I love his suit on that. I love Hal's suit on that. That's really nice.
Yeah, look, I was gonna say,
I like the Atom on there.
Look, I'm just gonna say, I hate the modern suits they give superheroes now because of the new 52 and all the.
Oh yeah, I don't
the
like
new
that.
suits are garbage. They're all garbage to me.
You mean the Screw 52?
Me too.
Pretty much, yeah.
Modern comic books are trying to go full on realistic, serious on people going around on tights, sticking to walls and flying.
The comics aren't supposed to be realistic. They're supposed to be fun.
The mere concept of Spider-Man is silly if you think about it. It's a guy that got bitten by an spider, and instead of getting his arm cut, he gets superpowers.
Don't forget a radioactive spider, so he pretty much should have died out of a tumor.
And they try to make it serious, man. It's Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's also the concept. Everything is pretty much a joke. I mean, Barry Allen was hit by lightning, didn't fry himself to death. Aquaman is half Atlantean, half fish. Yet that doesn't exist. Amazonians don't exist, for all we know. Green Lantern uses an alien ring from space. Nothing in the superhero genre is supposed to be realistic.
That's why we got into it, because it was the idea that we believed, and we could believe in a world of impossible things and say, okay, this world is not our world. I can just it gives you an imagination. It gives you a whole, imagine a world where you can have 4 characters, one being invisible, one that can stretch, one that's a rock, or one that is made of fire. It's not supposed to be. Once again, and that's not to say we don't like Batman. It's just one of those things. It helps you believe a man can fly. A man can get in a suit of armor. A man can wield a hammer and be specific to that magic hammer with an enchantment. That was the beauty of that. Yeah, no, I agree.
Exactly.
Fenrir,
And
I do.
let me tell you, it's not a sin to try to bring some reality into a story, but you have to do it right. I mean, Danka did it right with the New Frontier book. It was pretty great. Still one of my favorites. The movie is a great suggest, I tell you.
If you're mixing realism and silliness, you need to embrace the silliness. You need to acknowledge that is a silly concept. You have a guy that get his parents murdered, and he decides to go around dressed as a bat fighting crime, fighting a clown.
Don't forget the millions he burns literally every night.
Yeah, for fighting a clown. Just get that on your mind.
So this would be a really good segue for my book.
That's fine. Before we do, let me just read a few of these comments. You're next, so I got you, Ironcaster. You're good. So Amazonians did exist, then there could be death by Snoo-Stoo. And D-Bud has one last comment I want to read, because I want to capitalize off this comment. I'm biased, but I started reading comics when I was around 6 years old. I don't like dark and gray superheroes because they exclude young children from reading the books and becoming lifelong. I will second that comment.
Yes, sir.
When I originally got into the reprints of all the Amazing Spider-Man, a lot of those Amazing Spider-Man issues, I would get the reprints when I was a kid. We could actually get those things like a KB Toys with the animated series action figures. It was great. And I was just a kid being able to read those comics. I was going to say comics. And it was just a wonderful thing. And any kid at any age, and I always thought, man, when I have my kids, look at comics, I just, rather than show them the kids' version of books, which I could show them, that's fine. Because, we have some of the, we have the little Ant-Man children's books and the Groot children's books, and they're fine. But I also had them look at, I have a big hardcover book. I let them look through the Lee and Ditko, Lee and Kirby Fantastic Four. I had them look through a book, and they asked, who's who? I'm like, oh, that's Namor. This is the Molecule Man, and they actually know who's who, character for character.
Nice.
And I can actually feel good about having them read it with them and understand the story. Now their favorite character is the Thing. By the way, both of them love the Thing. That's their character. You can't change that. Those girls are attached to the Thing. It's not even close. I'm a Johnny Storm guy.
They got good
Thing, Ben Grimm's their guy. That's it. Sorry, Sue, but the little ones they like the dude made of rock. So that's just how the cookie crumbles. But yeah, they're invested. And what if superheroes acted? I don't know, heroic and dead man walking. What's up, dude? And then heroic heroes. What a concept! All right, Ironcaster.
And speaking about heroic, there's one thing I want to say.
Ironcaster, go.
All right, so I did I decided to go off the beaten path a little bit, and I figured, well, I wanted to go, check out some more of the legendary, amazing Batman what ifs. Since we were talking about Batman before.
Yes.
And the first one I found was a bit of an interesting one here. I'll share. I'll share up on screen. Batman, Holy Terror.
Okay. Now, what can you tell us about this story for us in the chat?
Yep. So this is one of the first ones that was under the Elseworlds banner, where this is effectively an alternate history where effectively the American colonies remained part of England, and the Church became the Church of England became a much more powerful element of the society, where it became more of a theocracy. And as you see, the American flag there is a little bit different. You got the cross on it. Let's see, Alan Brenner wrote it, I believe it was.
Alan Brenner is a good writer, actually.
What's the dick on his chest?
So that would be his bat symbol.
Bat dick?
Going through it a little bit.
Bat dick.
Where in this world,
it would make sense. I mean, old Bruce used to be a lot around little boys. Remember, he used to go to bed with little boys a lot.
All right,
don't start that.
Go on, Ironcaster. Go on.
So in this world, Bruce Wayne, his parents still died the same way, but there was some mysterious circumstances around it involving the death of involving the Church, as he later finds out. And he finds out some 20 years later, on the cusp of becoming a priest.
What?
Okay.
Batman Pass Your Bats?
Yes.
Wow. Okay,
So-
I did not see this coming.
Which, like, that premise alone was like, okay, I'm kind of into this. Let's see where this is going.
Yeah, no, please. This
time around, the costume was a costume used for part of a church, like a church pageant where his father would play a devil.
Uh-huh.
And I'd say it works pretty well to some decent effect. And with this, so the book is primarily him now trying to find out about what happened with the death of his parents. He's not out fighting a big evil. So it's a bit more reined in. It doesn't go as crazy off the reins.
Okay.
But you do get to see some of the other heroes in this and what became of them in this world.
Is there a Superman in this world?
There is, but we'll get to him.
Ooh, yeah. Go on, Ironcaster.
So,
this is your show right now.
Yep. So as a little example here, let's see. We have Victoria Vale. This is set in modern age. So there are computers, there are televisions. Oliver Queen, the industrialist, was tried and convicted of sedition for covert support of underground Jewish pornographers.
Underground Jewish pornographers. Jesus.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Isaac Singer, who was a real person.
Yeah, I need to read this book.
Yeah, this one is a fun read, and you find out that some of the people who do have powers wind up getting turned over to the church, where they're experimented on, they're studied to rein them in, and he winds up discovering Barry Allen is locked up in here.
Whoa, Barry Allen's locked up? Oh boy.
Yep. But they have him in like a special container where he can't get out. So Batman comes up with how to get him out. And Barry Allen is showing him all the sick and twisted things they do. Like they were experimenting with like breeding the humans together, and we got like this fish woman hybrid who, in trying to escape, her cage breaks and she dies, drowning in air.
Oh,
bro, what? That's heavy. Of course, figuratively, of course.
So, and then they have a jailer who's kind of keeping the people in, who happens to be someone who in the 1600s would have been tried for being a witch, someone who can speak backwards.
Yes.
Pretty much Zatanna then.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah. Who else?
Right? Who else? Man.
I tried to warn them about you, Barry. Told them you were too much of a risk to be allowed to live. I enjoy being proven correct.
Steve with these comments. You guys in the chat are killing, by the way, with these comments. Steve, Decibel, Zax, Pat S, D-Bud, Godzillionaire, Dan Man. Thank you guys. You guys are great with these comments. This is great.
By the way, Pat S, after Batman met the New Gods, he became an atheist.
So this was a comic I had a copy of I was reading, and halfway through it, I'm on my lunch break. I sit up in my chair. Holy shit. I instantly went and ordered a hardcover. I instantly went on and ordered like a copy of one of the Batman Elseworlds collections. So I've got a bunch more of these coming, which sadly won't be here till tomorrow. So I won't be able to show those off.
It's okay.
And here you see that.
Barry. That's Barry.
Yep.
Oh wow.
And you see Arthur, who's been experimented on. Unfortunately, I can't blow that up.
Shit.
But they broke him.
What? Wow. When did this story come out?
1991.
Early 90s. No, okay, there you go.
Okay. Wow.
they were trying to break them, but Arthur broke in a way they didn't expect. He became a catatonic.
Shit.
Godzillionaire.
So messed up shit.
And then finally,
there he is. You just
Martian
don't know him.
Manhunter.
Yep. Oh, you asked about Superman.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I did.
Yes.
I did.
Turned over to the church by a God-fearing couple in Kansas.
Oh wow!
Oh come on, no! They can't do dirty like that to my podcast.
Ooh, that. I'm not gonna lie, that one kind of hurts to see. That one cuts. Maybe it's because I'm so burnt out on bad Superman. I mean, he's not exactly bad, but it's just
it really does hurt.
He's at the mercy of someone again.
It does hurt.
It
Seeing
does
Superman
hurt.
broken
Really
is fuck.
It hurts especially when you hear that Ma and Pa gave him away to the church. God damn it, that hurts my heart.
I have no idea who this man is. I've never seen him before in my life. But suddenly, I feel an unfathomable sense of loss, of sorrow, of hope. Destroyed and discarded. And I know, somehow, that Erdil is right. The state can destroy virtually any threat to it.
And look at the way he's put. It's like a crucifixion. Jesus.
It goes very well hand in hand with this book.
Oh my god, the Nick Weiser multiverse of badassness. Oh, Zax and D-Bud, thank you guys. These comments are great.
So this book builds up to the idea that by day, he is a priest preaching the good word. And by night, he's out trying to dispense that justice and try to correct this corrupt system.
You are saying that
he's justice.
Yes.
I am the justice.
This was a great book that I had a lot of fun reading, and there's more to it that I don't want to give away because this is one that I'm surprised no one talks about.
Okay.
You're right, no one talks about it much anymore.
Also because
we did back then.
Also because that little title of Holy Terror is kind of connected to another book these days.
Yeah, Frank Miller. Yeah. You know, this is not the first time Alan Brenner messed around with a Batman alternate universe story.
No, really.
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, I think this one's the much more impactful image.
Oh yeah, that one actually I like that one better because the one I'm talking I like it better because this is too dark. But I hear you.
This one is better, and I think the orange helps, the orange yellow, because it still gives you like a color of hope around it. Whereas the other image, I felt it was way too dark. This one, I like the orange and yellow around it. I do like the orange and yellow. I feel like this one kind of balances out more.
Well, no, it's Elseworlds, so I don't mind it being. You can do as dark as you want.
Of course,
but it was very anti. It was Mark. You would see it was considered very anti-religious, which my own Brenner was. I'm saying he also did an alternate Batman story, which was more positive and one of a great short story. And but this is your time, Ironcaster. I'll go with that one.
Yep. But yeah, no. It like I said, this was a story I was genuinely surprised by reading and discovering because there's so many of the iconic Batman Elseworlds and What Ifs and other takes on the character Gotham by Gaslight, et cetera, all the crossovers. To genuinely discover this one for myself and have had no one tell me about it.
Yeah, dude, no, good find. Seriously, that's a very, very good find. I'm very pleased that you found that. Wow, seriously, I didn't see that one coming, dude.
Well done,
Hats off to you. Yeah. Wow. Jed, do you got anything you want to talk about? I know obviously you got your phone, but is there any books that you can recommend? What of Elseworlds, alternates, what ifs, anything that none of us have contributed?
Yeah, I have a few.
Okay,
tell us about it. I have some super. Well, the first one is my favorite. Is
okay. Tell us.
What if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four?
Okay.
From 1977. So.
Yeah, number one.
Okay. Yeah, 1977. So that's my favorite one.
Okay. The very first What If, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I I got that. Like, you know, that was, like I said, that it was Superman and Fantastic Four were my 2 first comics. So that was one of my first comics I ever got. So it holds a special place in my heart to me. Like, I also, and I know these are what ifs, but I know they're a little bit darker, and I know Mike not gonna. But you know, my others were the Armageddon 2001 comics.
Okay.
There's one where Clark was president of the United States. He was an executive action, and these were alternate timelines. These weren't the, you know, this was basically DC doing what ifs in Armageddon 2001. But it was like in 1991. So,
yeah, that was. I remember all that.
I bought every single one of them because I liked the stories. You know, he married Lois, but instead of stopping Mannheim detonating the nuclear device that would destroy it, you know, it just, you know, so because Rave Rider was going through all these alternate realities and stuff, and I bought all the Supermans, Flash, Batman. Like, there was one where it was really super dark, like, of the Supermans. You know, so they had to talk about, you know, Clark Kent becomes, you know, Pete Ross was even in this. So he was running for president, but when he was trying to protect Pete, he got his identity. He was trying to save Pete, and his identity as Superman was exposed trying to save Pete. And so, you know, he urged him to take his place in the presidency, and Clark became the president of the United States. So it was, and then, you know, there was other things that happened. Guy Gardner, like, well, I always end up. This is the one time I didn't like Guy, because Guy was a complete. I was like, come on, man. Like, but yeah, there was, you know, he actually, Superman used to cause Geyser to transfer into his hand, depowering him. Like, and Hal and John were helping him and stuff, but you know. And then the other one, this one was really super dark. It was okay for back then, but, you know, I was just getting stuff for, you know, I do like some of the darker stuff, but it was just at the time that I was at, because I was having a hard time back then.
Yeah.
You know, because and I keep on saying this, there was, like, the 90s Superman got me through a lot of, like, I had a really bad time back then, so.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. If it got you through a hard time, so it served a purpose in your life.
Yeah, it will, you know, and then there was the one where Lois did die. He marries Lois, but she dies while carrying his child, and then he you know, he flies off into space. But then he meets Maxima. And then, you know, she was like, well, you know, I don't know if 24, if you know about Maxima, right? Where
of course.
When she came, when she came to Earth, she wanted, you know, Clark to have her baby.
She wanted Superman. Actually, I got matter of fact, I got those issues downstairs when she showed up and they were talking underwater.
Yeah.
And, that was pretty interesting.
But in this one, he actually married her.
Oh.
And, you know, and stuff, so.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed that story, man.
Yeah, it was good. Those are just, because I don't want to take up, because there's a lot of people here.
Go ahead.
So
go ahead. Go ahead. No. If you got more, go ahead and say it, dude. I've let us all milk this, so I'm not rushing any of you guys.
Seriously, that book will be the last time we ever see a sexy straight Maxima.
Oh, I know. You know, and you know, Maxima, and she's a ginger, so you know.
You know. Shit, enough said there.
Yeah. Maxima is a ginger. You ain't gonna see her. She's gone. Like, you know. So. Yeah. So it's just, you know. And then there was one of my favorite Spider. What if what if Peter kept the powers of Captain Universe?
I remember that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, and that was really super cool. But then there was one that I liked this. It was a 2-parter. I think this was the 90s one. I don't remember, but I have it. It's in one of my boxes. There was one where remember when Inferno started, and I think Wolverine became a vampire, and he became like the head vampire.
Oh, guys, get toxic here.
Maxima?
Oh, yeah, dude. And that's just one of her outfits, dude. So.
Oh, you want the green one?
Yeah, the green one. Yeah, I think that's the one that she started off with. The green one.
Yeah, the green one is the one she started. That's the later on.
You mean this one?
That
one. Yeah, that one right over there. The Max. Yeah, that one. That's the one she showed up in.
Yeah. Oh man,
you're never gonna see that outfit on her ever again. You know, so
they don't touch sexiness whatsoever anymore.
So the thing about that is like she was his equal, and she was like they would both talk down to each other. And I was
exactly. I mean, remember the old cartoons? She literally hunted him because of his strength, because she was his equal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at those muscles.
Yeah.
On the legs. Mainly
and
the legs.
They even got in fights. I was like, when I was reading some of the comics,
we're looking closely at that fire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, sometimes they acted like they were married. I was just like, wow.
I mean, I still remember this crazy scene from the Superman cartoon where Clark speaks that marriage is a teamwork, and then another couple says, "What world is he living in?"
Yeah.
But
and go ahead.
I was gonna say, wasn't that drawn by Dan Jurgens?
Yeah, it was Dan.
Yeah.
Like I have a booster gold and a bunch of other stuff from him. So he's one of my favorites. So
nice.
And then there was another one. Like I said, it was what if Wolverine became the vampire, and it led over into another issue where Wolverine just destroyed everybody and was turning person after person after person after in Inferno, like the original Inferno, not that bull crap that Marvel was doing recently. Then it got super dark, and that was like, I was just like, wow, I didn't know Marvel could get that dark. Like in the comics.
Dude, this is Marvel we're talking about. In the old ages, they got dark like nothing before.
Yeah, they did. Like some of the stuff got super dark, and I was reading that stuff. So, but I love all the what. And there was another what if with the Infinity Gauntlet. I don't remember. It was really cool. I liked it. There was also one where I think it was a 2-parter. I'm not sure. What if Uncle Ben lived and what if Aunt May died?
Isn't there one where Uncle Ben gets the powers?
I think there is. I think it was what if Uncle Ben powers got the powers and Peter didn't get. It was something.
There's a lot of weird stuff from that era.
Hey, Drew, what's up, brother?
Hold up here. Hey guys, so we got Supreme Heretic, what's up? Brightest Day, Christian Jones, Jam Cruz of the Stay at Home Podcast, Dark Shadow Logan. Welcome, guys. I do see you all in the chat. I'm just having Jed do his excellent talking about the comics because he's going very impressively well just off of memory. So, Jed, thank you.
Yeah,
I just want to greet everyone. And Drew, nice to see you. I haven't seen you while on here. And carry on, Jed.
Yeah.
Hey, Pat S mentioned a pretty good one down there about
the
one where Wolverine killed the Hulk.
That fight is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I like Logan said, like there. What if Wolverine fought Conan? That was super freaking cool. Oh my god!
Hey, any of you guys read What If Conan Wasn't the 20th Century?
Yeah, that one I have. I have a ton of these, like in my big long boxes and stuff. Hey, Drew, yeah, I know. What's up, brother? It's just all I did, like I said, when I was in the 90s, I was sick, and so all I could do basically was either play video games or read, because I was super sick a bunch of the point. So that's how a lot of the stuff in the 90s, like some of the stuff in the 90s, holds dear to me. But then I actually got to go back even further on to the stuff before then, before I was born.
Mark D, this is to Pat S. Remember the series where this kind of reminds me? I had to say this in Chris Farley voice. Remember the time where Hulk ate Wolvie and then he reformed and popped out of his stomach? That was awesome.
I think that was
Logan.
I've always heard about that story, but I never actually found it.
Yeah, dude, there is some crazy what ifs out there. Like,
all the homies. That's right, Supreme. The homies are all up in here, man.
We're all here.
Jed, do you got anything else you want to talk about, or is that it for you?
Oh no, and there is one really cool X-Men one. I think Iron's gonna like.
Whoa!
And then
what is this?
Yeah, there it is, right there.
This is actually a good story, even though Rob Liefeld did it. Well, Jim Valentino wrote it, I think, but even with Rob Liefeld couldn't run it.
Yeah,
pretty cool story.
A lot of the Wolverine stuff for back then was freaking sweet, dude. They went balls to the wall on that stuff.
Look, when we're talking 80s to 90s, Wolverine was pretty much one of the most beloved characters.
Yeah, and I love all the Wolverine, X-Men stories, the Spider-Man stories, Fantastic Four stories. They did everything.
All right, since he asked for it, I've read many comic books before, but the one about Wolverine and Hulk was the wildest shit ever. I've never seen anything like that ever. Hold on. I gotta do this with the hands, okay? Have you seen that book? It was only $2 at the rack at 7-Eleven. Please buy this today.
I walked in there and I talked with the cashier. I got a great deal. I'm a negotiator.
Ooh. Nick, I wrote a good story for Bounty and Count today that you could rip apart. You know what? Yeah, I would. Could you send me that as a message on Twitter? And after I have Pablo show off his stuff and then my thing, I'd be glad to talk about it in here.
We were talking about this. What if Wolverine killed Hulk? And this is exactly that issue. Well, we are going to the other part. Let me go to the real fight. Is at the beginning. Is just fucking beautiful.
Dude, these are really nice pages. These pages are stunning and brave before there was stunning and brave. Okay, I'm done now. I don't want to.
Look at this.
Can't
Just look
find art
at
like
this
this anymore.
No, you can't.
Look, modern
that's
art
the issue.
Modern art may look cleaner, but it's shittier by soul.
Okay, here's a part that I'm crazy about. I'm one of those guys, like, I like Wolverine, but I'm not like nuts about him. He's a cool character to me. But I really love how he looks on here. I really like how he looks on here.
Yeah.
I still don't like that.
By the way, there's a lot of more what ifs where I am.
Oh, wow.
An interesting one right here. The Korvac saga is one of the great Avengers sagas.
Oh, yeah. That one. And Mike, there's also another good one that what if the Invaders never split up?
Oh, yeah?
I gotta admit, I never read the Korvac saga. I mean, I heard about the character from the old Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
You should, brother.
I never saw it.
I love Earth's Mightiest Heroes, but they really did like I don't want to say a hatchet job on it, but they really sort of did the cliff notes of it. And as much as
they were only allowed to do about 2 seasons.
One episode.
And only had 20 minutes.
Well, I'm saying, but you can't reduce the Korvac saga to one episode, but it was still good in that one because you got to see the Guardians and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
okay,
one of my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead,
remember the name of the book.
Well, it was a bunch of books. So.
Okay. Okay, you guys know where to find me. Just do a list. Send me through Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I got some books here. I'm now great. Now I got going. I got to shut myself up. So I'm sorry. What's up, Nerdporial Lifeform? Supreme Heretic, I'll get to in a few minutes. So, okay. Anyways, let's get to the thick of it all. So I love 2099. I will actually say a lot of the art I'm not really wild on, but I love in the world of 2099, they have their own language. They even named the city Nueva York. And you got all these characters with these futuristic concepts. And it was just the story for me that really drove it for entertainment purposes. And I was okay with them once again getting a little darker because, well, once again, alternate universe. And I really loved Ghost Rider 2099. You guys seeing a good angle of that? Yeah.
A little bit of glare, but
yeah. And you know, this was Kenshiro, and he was like this hacker guy who got totally wrecked, and then he resurrected as a Ghost Rider. And yeah, I mean, once again, these are all this is the one I scooped up recently, and this one ran on for like 25 issues because the 2099 line, unlike most new lines that come out nowadays, you're lucky if you can get even 8 issues. Ghost Rider 2099 went around 25, and I know Spider-Man 2099 went around 46, and 44 of them were by Peter David.
I got 20 of those issues, Nick. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And this Ghost Rider was created by Len Kaminsky, and of course Spidey was created by Peter David and Rick Leonardi. This is another cover here. This is number 8. And yeah, I really like it. This is it's kind of like reading Cyberpunk, but Marvel. So if you like a cyberpunk world, futuristic world, like when I was getting into stuff like Terminator, and I'll admit, like this is one of those things where maybe because I was getting into stuff like T2 at the time, my interest lined up with it. And I know Bachalo, actually, if you guys know Bachalo and Kyle Holtz, they were some of the Bachalo's got a very weirder art style. I feel like he was a better fit for a book like this. Unlike most Marvel books, this is something where it's more to his liking. Same with Mr. Holtz as well. They were a lot of pencilers on here. Also, I like with Spider-Man, you had what was his name? Miguel O'Hara. He was a geneticist. And you had Doom 2099. And that was just basically Victor Von Doom. He turned into material into a sphere or something. He materialized into the future. And
that was super weird. Yeah.
Super weird. Yeah. Oh, trust me. None of these things I would ever let fly in a 616 world.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
But it's Doom.
2099 was
Doom.
Well, Doom can change reality in a lot of ways. Remember that he has a lot of magical powers.
No, yes, he does have a lot of magical powers,
and he has magical artifacts.
Yes, he does. I like with Doom. He's got more of the bluer type of suit. So I've always liked the blue and steel thing. That was I always saw that suit. I'm like, oh man, that's a really cool suit. And I always like how too even the language is a bit different in 2099. You got the language, but here's Doom. I mean, once again,
even when they cuss, it's weird too.
They have their own language because if they got shocked by something, they'll say when they when there's the expression of fuck, instead they say shock. Characters in this universe say shock. So I always love this futuristic world of they got their own language, they have their own lingo. But it's funny because when you look at these, we're oh, this doesn't feel like a what would be 29. It just feels like the 90s. So in many ways, you understand what they're trying to do. Ooh,
when the book came out, you're it looks so 90s, but it's they put it into the future, so it was 90s combined in the future. So it was kind of weird.
Isn't those two guys from the X-Men 2099?
That's one of the ones I've been meaning to read is the X-Men 29. I'm aware of it. I've been wanting, and I've been restarting my collection because I'm missing probably around 10 of the Ghost Rider 2099s and around 10 around as well for Doom. So I'm trying to restart those back up. And I never touched the X-Men. As far as X-Men books, like I liked the cartoon, but I was never like a huge X-Men book reader. So that was just like I was definitely a bit more casual. Like, I liked a few characters. I guess you could say I was a big Magneto fan. If you really want to go with anything, I really liked Magneto because, like, even though his
who wasn't a fan of the Master of Magnetism?
Yeah, I only bought the first 2 issues of X-Men 2099. That was it.
Oh, hey, Makini draws. Hello,
hey,
sir. How are you, my friend? It's nice to see you all up here in the chat. Thank you for joining us.
One lady in the ocean of dudes.
I love the 2099 universe, and I always like when they get, like, I know also you had the noir take of characters. I know it was like 2008, 2009. I'd say that would be my second favorite one. You had characters like Iron Man noir, you had Spider-Man noir, because they had the detectives. Like he had a detective.
Spider-Man noir was awesome.
Yeah, it's really crazy good.
Yeah, and that was cool about that. Now was a detective suit. But like the once again, the language felt like they call him the Spider-Man, or like, and they even gave like Norman Osborn like a mafia style Green Goblin and call him, hey, the Goblin, just the Goblin. And Vulture was like this crazy carnivore dude, like literal carnivore, and they treated the story like a mafia story. And but with Spider-Man, and Black Cat owned a restaurant called the Black Cat. It was like an underground bar that they operated without a alcohol liquor license. Like, I like when you can get creative with a world where you can do like creative things like that. I can get down with a multiverse like that. But if you're just like, say, here's gender swap version of this or race swap, it gets a lot harder to convince me, because it's just like, okay, like, sure, they look different, but what makes them different? Like, at least what I could say with the Miguel O'Hara or Kencho Cochrane, I'm already forgetting, like Ghost Rider, they're different characters. They have their own individual personalities. You can really tell them apart from a Peter Parker or a Danny Ketch or Johnny Blaze. Unlike a lot of what as younger Rippo would say, the tokenized versions, a lot of these characters. So that's where I'm at as far as those books. You got some, Jed?
Well, I was gonna say Miguel had, like you said, Miguel had his own separate origin. He was his own character. Now with Miles Morales, it's just a copy of Peter Parker. That's all it is.
Oh, absolutely.
He's
literally Peter Parker, but with
about all he has.
He's literally Peter Parker, black, who can shoot electricity and become invisible. Nothing more.
But Miguel had his own. He had his own character fleshed out and everything else. That's the reason why I like Spider-Man 2099.
Oh,
so,
And the series was good.
Hey, can I give a little warning out there to the people?
Go ahead.
This little warning. Do not buy the book Fantastic Four Life Story. That book is awful. A poor total trash.
I knew to not buy that.
Oh yeah, that's trash. Dude.
Is that a new Fantastic Four book?
They destroyed Sue Storm. They destroyed her.
There's a lot of weird,
and there's a lot of weird hints. I mean, she's a feminist. She's a BLMist. She's a freaking. What's the name of the other one?
Of course,
she don't need no man.
Of course, she has a vagina.
Do by herself and made the Avengers idiots.
I can do things better than you can, Reed, even though you're one of the smartest guys on the face of the earth. You know,
Invisible Woman can do stuff now.
I mean, she literally broke her own home, took her son, and went to live with Namor.
That sounds like an Elseworlds book, basically.
All right.
What if?
Yeah, that's not the real story. I'm just saying, do not buy that book. It is awful.
We're not. Away from it. I'm gonna do a rare moment of accepting of an off topic from a panel, just because my boy Drew Supreme Heretic wanted me to show off something for our guy Clobberin real quick, and then we're gonna talk comic books again. So, Clobberin, Mr. Drew here would like your thoughts on this.
Oh, hey there, Drew.
Sweet merciful. Sweet fucking merciful God.
But she's an idiot. It's that,
let them
Kira,
die.
moron.
Because the difference is,
have it.
well, the difference is Kira was actually fighting real fascists, the Cardassians.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Antifa calls thinks everyone is not them as a fascist. So this is moronic. And look, I'm glad that people of this mentality are working with the bad reboot filth and garbage like Lower Decks and all this real fake Trek. It just makes it that much easier to disregard them, and give them no credibility and no time. They're absolutely not worth it. This is moronic idiocy that is laughable. So that's all I have to say about that. This is absolutely pathetic. Kira. Yep. First of all, Kira is a wonderful character who also had a conscience, and even though she did what she had to do in her life to fight the Cardassians, and she's not like she didn't do it for any other reason but to liberate her world. And even still, it stuck with her, and she was dealing with guilt for the things she did as a quote unquote terrorist, freedom fighter, actually, all of her life, because she was an interesting and nuanced character. And this woman has no nuance or anything interesting about her. She's a shallow, droll drone.
She's a literal diversity hire.
Well, the other thing that kind of gets overlooked with the character of Kira is that in DS9, the aftermath of that is, well, now they're rebuilding, and she effectively becomes this police figure, kind of helping to enforce and work on the peace. She effectively becomes the police.
Yeah, it's pathetic. But what else is new with these idiots?
She's basically a peacemaker trying to keep the peace in that region where they're at.
At this point, I bet you Kurtzman got renewed. I bet you they will try to make it happen.
Philbo Baggins caught me in the act. Hail to all. Fuck Lower Decks. Let's talk comics. Yeah, like I said, Philbo, I don't know if you caught a few minutes ago. That was a rare, exceptional moment. Drew is my guy, good guy as well. So I wanted to bring it to Clobber's attention. But hail to you, my friend, Pop Culture Republic. Hail to you as well. We got 18 people here in the chat. Thank you all for joining us. I also got a few new subscribers. Thank you all, too, as well for subscribing to my channel, too. So this has been a very fun panel talking about what Antifa Pro Se Cuba, and that was once again not to go down the well.
They would be killed in seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have definitely have learned about books that we have loved within the What If, the Multiverse, the Elseworld tales. So we can just now have a random.
I got a few more. I got some more for you.
I remember this crazy Elseworld story where the X-Men did a crossover with Star Trek a couple of years back.
Okay.
Yeah, that was freaky.
Before that, I just need to take this out of my chest. Kurtzman.
All right,
absolutely.
We're going to read this comment here from D. Bud Martin, because I asked in the chat if anyone had a favorite. And D. Bud Martin here coming in hot with, my favorite What If was number 3. What if the Avengers had never been, because it had multiple horned helmet Iron Man armors. Wow, that is cool.
D-Bud. There you go, bro.
Wow, D-Bud.
And a Gil Kane cover, right, D-Bud, if I remember right? So, yeah, that's a plus.
Yeah, it was an awesome cover. Like, the cover was freaking awesome.
I got
it.
Well, let's see here. I have. Let me make sure that's right. Okay, all right. This is one I'm sure it hasn't been mentioned yet, but I'm sure everyone probably remembers it.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Does anyone ever remember Superman speeding bullets?
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
All right.
Tell me about it.
Elseworld. It was the one where.
It was basically. If you want to talk about it, go ahead.
No, I'm saying that's the cover where he's flying in the air with his hands sticking out, right? Yeah, there he goes. Yeah.
There. All right. This is.
I remember this one where he was adopted by the Waynes.
Yes, there you go. You can go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
I'm sorry. What? What was that?
Well, yeah, no, we're done with that one. We're done with that one. I don't want to spoil anything, but basically, yes, he was adopted by the Waynes.
why don't you give us a basic premise and gist for it? So for those to get people's interest on why they should read, like what makes this Superman speeding bullets story interesting? Like it was like, well, what's the basic concept of it?
You mean that's not enough? He was adopted by the Waynes.
I know. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man. He was adopted by the Waynes.
Right there, you got your story.
It's got my interest.
It is. No, I'm just. I don't really have much to say about it anyway. Other than that, that's your premise, and it deals with Kal-El. Well, put it to you like this. I guess it's not spoiling that
it's
much.
In the cover.
It's in the setup. It's in the cover, but the incident that happens to them with Joe Chill does happen, but there's a bit of a. They are killed by Joe Chill, but
it's a twist.
It's a twist because I could tell you what happens there.
Don't. Yeah, there's people here.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's not a big plot. It's obviously he burns Joe Chill's face off, but then deals with the guilt of it and go from there. He does become Batman, but another one.
Yes.
And again, I'll just do another one real quick here.
Yeah. What's up, Criswell, the Pride consultant, and Lord Thoth in the chat? Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, dude?
Draws.
He said he just came back from Suicide Squad, so.
Oh.
And he's alive.
But here, confirming about the Gil Kane art from earlier. And Lord Thoth mentioned also an interesting one too. What if Invisible Girl married the Submariner?
Yep, I brought that one up.
Yep.
You did.
All right, here we are. Oh, what do we got here, Clobbering?
She likes it.
Justice League the Nail.
Oh, I love this so much.
Ooh.
Yeah, I love
what's the nail?
Okay. The Kents to make their fateful drive out to where they end up running across baby Kal-El, but a nail in their tire gives the flat.
What?
And based on the old what's the old poem? From one of a nail the shoe was lost, from one of a shoe the horse was lost, from one of the horse the knight was lost, and from one of the knight the battle was lost, and then the whole kingdom was lost from one of a nail. I botched it. Basically, one nail caused all of that. Well, in this case, the Justice League goes on the form without Superman, and they become very kind of unpopular with Perry White and a lot of the people in Metropolis, including Mayor Luther and different things like that. And some of the ship and the technology of the Kryptonian phone is found, and they turn basically Jimmy Olsen into a metahuman. And we find out later that, well, let's just put it to you like this. Without spoiling it that much, Kal-El did land somewhere. And we do find out what happens with him. And there was a sequel to it, but that was not as good, in my opinion. The sequel was not quite as good. It was all right. But Alan Davis, who was a great artist, actually did the writing on this as well. Wrote and drew it. And I always liked his stuff. So, and again, it is, of course, in trade paperback form. And the second one was called, I think, Jail, the Other Nail or whatever.
I think Nail 2 or something. I don't remember.
Other Nail
or Nail 2.
Yeah. But anyway, if you like Alan Davis art, and I do, this is actually a really good comic with some really nice art.
I like that Joker.
Both of them are good.
That Joker art is really cool. Catwoman looks cool too. Wow, dude, the first
really one is better than the second one, though. Yeah.
All right, I got a question here from Pat S for Club Here 24/7. Boys, this one is for you guys from Pat S. Was there an Elseworlds Heroes dealing with Sergeant Rock?
Nah, there couldn't. I don't think so. No,
I don't remember.
I'm not going to commit to no. There could have been, but nothing that I can remember. And I don't. He's been messed around with a lot, but I don't think so. But you never know. Anything's possible.
I don't even remember
Good question.
Either. I do know they did some other strange stuff.
There's one more. There's at least one more what if that needs to be talked about, and it's one of I think one of your favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and set this up.
Yeah, this is what if?
Wow.
Bob Kane. I didn't even show this to Gary. I didn't even show this to Gary one time in a member stream. He loved it. Let's see here. What if Bob Kane had gone ahead and created Batman without Bill Finger? And you can't really see the words too much.
Yeah.
But this is one of my. Every now and then I repost this because it's so great. What to do? What to do? This looks like a bad guy. Time to go into action. Ow, that was easy. Time to go to jail. I caught a crook. What's with the wings, Pally? I lifted them from Da Vinci sketch. Beyond that, I don't know. Look, is there some sort of commissioner I could talk to? Not in this comic. Are there any other imaginative or colorful villains that needed capturing? Nope. Well, then I guess I'll go home. I wish I had a car. Next, all of Bob Kane's other ideas. Ty Templeton was hilarious. Hey, let me tell you something, Nick. At a Dragon Con, I got Dragon Con around like 2015 or 16. Not too long after I saw this cartoon, there was a dude cosplaying the fingerless Batman, as he was calling himself. What? I walked up to him and said, "Oh my God, you're the Bill Fingerless Batman."
The Bill Finger.
He said, "Holy shit! How did you know? No one's ever going to recognize." I said, "Who hasn't seen that cartoon?" He said, "No one's known it so far." But good God, it was what a cosplay, huh? Look at that.
Wow.
Batman and no one. Because Bob Kane did very little. Bill Finger did most of it. Jerry Robinson did a lot of it. There were a few other people, Jack Merlin, people like that, but it was mostly Bill Finger.
Bill Finger.
What's up, Keely Chow?
I got another Batman for you.
Yeah, no, hey, I want to see it, man. I'm learning from you right now on this. So,
here
like I said, I only was into DC in the last 10 years, so this is great knowledge for me.
Well, hat tip to Ironcaster because he's the one that put me on it with his Holy Terror. Alan Brenner's been a writer who's mostly done a lot of media, TV stuff, and he's done a little bit of comics. Did anyone ever read Batman? I bet you have this one, 24, Detective Comics number 500.
500.
This is number 500 right there with that wraparound cover.
Yeah, no.
And well, there's an opening story in there called "To Kill a Legend," and Phantom Stranger brings Batman and Robin to an alternate world to prevent Joe Chill from killing the Wangs and brings them back in time. And that's all I'll say about the story. It's a short story, and it's really good and touching. And it was in that issue, of course, they had a bunch of short stories in this comic. I remember when this came out, 80, 81-ish, whatever it was. I can't exactly remember the year. Maybe 82 or 3. I can't remember exactly what year, but this is, of course, biggest anniversary celebration type thing. Back when they did that sort of thing and they actually celebrated things right. And I love this comic. Look at all the names on there and stuff. And this was got a lot of cool stuff in it celebrating the history of Detective Comics. And that story is the opener. And To Kill a Legend's always stuck with me. Alan Brenner was a pretty good writer. So, and it is Elseworlds.
And it is Elseworlds. This looks great. That is one of those books I'm like, bro, sign me up for that. So, in fact, Steven, to answer your question, there's your answer. Keely Chow here. Sandra Feliciano timed me out of the FNF chat because I jokingly suggested to roast the Doomcorn and a War Eagle for Mexican. I don't know what to say to that.
And a War Eagle.
Ironcaster, you should add Injustice to that banner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because for everyone, when we
that
were
was our rule for
there
this
was
panel.
one rule:
no evil Superman.
Yeah,
no evil Superman. And that's not a topic here on this panel. So yeah, so maybe I'll create another one right now just because of that. No evil Superman. So there we go. Now we're going for it. There you go.
Just like we do not talk about Highlander too. So
Yeah.
Jet, can you feel it?
That one.
Jet, can you feel it? Can you feel it?
It's a quick connecting.
A24.
What's up, man?
You got anything else you want to show out to the chat? Anything else where it was a find, or maybe tell us about a one-off story that you may like? You just want to tell us about a story that you're into, whether it was Elseworlds, What If, I don't know, 29, anything you want to share that is just like, hey, this is an exceptional story or storyline.
Well, I remember, the What If. Actually, it was volume 2. It was a Fallen Boys cover, and it was What If the Hulk killed Wolverine. Mm-hmm. And when you look at the cover, they had Wolverine, the claws and everything, but he was like halfway sticking out of a grave. And that was actually pretty pretty interesting because it showed what the world was like and how what happened to the Hulk. And it was actually a pretty messed up story because the X-Men went after him and the Hulk ended up killing them, if I'm not mistaken, and he just went on a rampage just like to kill everybody that went after him because of how because of him killing Wolverine. Yeah, it was basically just a story of destruction, man, and a lot of folks died in that comic book.
Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, Machini. Let me go find the link and I'll send you in, my friend. Sounds like a good idea. Ironcaster, I'm gonna have you zoom in while I look for Machini. Hold up. Show it off.
The real the real Miss Marvel, the real
He's acting up, but
yeah,
I like
it.
Sexy.
Your recent video about picking up some of your classic '90s toys for the X-Men or Marvel Spider-Man got me to go visit to a local shop, and they happen to have this and Magneto, which I've now got sitting up on pegs. And I'm gonna go try to get that Electro for you.
Ooh, that Electro, dude! Oh man!
Making road trip tomorrow.
I know Electro. I know Electro is not Russian, but he will be a better replacement for the Human Torch. Electro will be better there. Just
Iron, did you just say you're pegging Magneto?
No, he's hanging up on a screw. Allow me to rephrase that.
Yo, Mark you the C. Nice. I want that.
Yeah, that's something that Mark doesn't have. That's hilarious.
All right, guys. We got another
one more thing I know Mark's gonna want.
Yeah. Okay. No, go ahead. Show it off.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Cardoon. Nice.
Nice, man.
Did you go broke over that one?
No, I got this one like just after the day of. I got this one like the day of the canceling. So I managed to get it pretty cheap. Like I think I paid $35-$40.
Okay. All right. Principal Pride Consultant, speaking of Magneto, what if Magneto formed and led the X-Men? Okay, we got one other gentleman here who's going to join us for the tail end of this stream. And I'm glad to have him on here. I think it's my first time having him on here.
Good to know someone else is coming
Mr.
Nick, I gotta drop out.
Okay. Plug in your channel real quick.
Yeah. Okay, everybody, y'all know who I am. I don't think I need to give that much information. I'm Fender the Ice Wolf. You know where to find me. Go search for my channel. Nick, put a link out there if you can. I'm sorry for my constant late. There's a big chance I'm not going to be able to get in contact in the stream again for a long time. Again, life's getting pretty hard.
We'll figure it out.
You guys are going to have to survive. So you guys are going to have to survive without me for a little bit.
Well, good luck, buddy.
Soon, dude. You got this.
Take care of yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Come back when you can, man.
Take care of
Peace
yourself,
to all
brother.
of you. Remember, Kurtzman is a piece of shit. And I'm so
Amen.
be glad for that.
Kurtzman likes to have that filth out there.
Yep. Peace to all of you. And peace to the new face there.
All right. Awesome. Blair Fender. All right. We got another fine gentleman joining us here for the tail end of this panel. And I don't think I've ever had him on here. And I want to give a nice, heartwarming welcome to Machini Draws, formerly Machini 90. How are you, sir?
Technically, I'm still in Machini 90, but yeah.
Hey, Draws.
Yeah, no, it's an absolute honor. I wanted to just make I guess I want to have one contribution to the whole what if discussion. And this one caught my interest. I remember Yellow Flash talking about this a few years ago.
Okay.
But it was, what if, it came out a few years ago, what if Peter Parker became the Punisher?
Oh.
So the synopsis is, so we all know that you know that how the death of Uncle Ben, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
This tells an alternate story of what happened if Peter actually killed his uncle's killer. He actually kills his uncle's killer, and he basically goes on this more lethal, more ruthless approach to Spider-Man, because it's kind of like, great power and responsibility kind of thrown out the window a bit, in that every villain he encounters, including the Sinister Six, he just straight up kills them. And there's one, and if in fact there are some really interesting ways he does it. For example, when he encounters, because this was, I think there was a few pages with the whole battle against Sinister Six. There was one instance where when he fights Sandman, he uses a flamethrower that turns him into glass and breaks him. There's another thing where there's another moment where I think he rips or he clips Vulture's wings and causes him to fall to his death.
Whoa, that is great. That is the Punisher.
It is the Punisher, and what happens basically is it all culminates to the famous scene with Gwen Stacy's death, in that it happens differently, where Peter saves Gwen and kills Green Goblin.
Shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a much darker. Yeah, it's much more lethal, and I think the story ends with kind of him walking away from that, and Frank Castle finding the Spider-Man outfit, the Black Punisher outfit.
Whoa, yeah. Frank Castle finding the Spider-Man. No,
he finds it in the trash can. I think he finds it in the trash can or somewhere.
Oh, that's ironic. I get what they did there. Now, was Frank Castle good-natured?
No, he wasn't mentioned at all, but because this solely focuses on Peter.
Okay.
Because he becomes like this ruthless Peter, and even you can see Peter's personality. He's very much angry. He's much more ruthless about it. He's like, he just does not give a crap about anything. And in some ways, it kind of makes him the villain of New York, because crime gets almost taken to a bare minimum because of him basically going out and killing villains.
So it's almost something like what if Spider-Man had stayed with the symbiote, something like
kinda,
that. Because,
yeah. But yeah,
I like it. I like it.
Marvel's What If? That was from a few years ago.
That was actually. I thought they stopped doing the What Ifs. Okay,
yeah, I
was
did
wrong.
too.
I've got one.
Oh, Ironcaster's got one. No, hey, Makani, thank you. What do you got, Ironcaster?
Oh, just what if Frank Castle became a comedian? He'd be the Punisher.
That is the embodiment of 4 a.m.
Okay, I'm going now. I'll see you later.
I ain't coming back on this anymore.
That's right. You can't follow up after that one. I win.
I really don't feel like I can if my life depended on it right now, because
I can.
I need to have
I can get close.
At least 2 more children to be able to do things like that.
Collaborate, go for it. I want to hear what you got.
Well, it's close anyway. We sure?
Yes,
right,
go for it.
Sure.
We're in full cheese mode. It's late at night. We got like 15 minutes left.
Well,
let's just run wild.
All right. What if Aunt May got Spider-Man's powers?
Wasn't that a comic?
All right. This issue of What If right here, number 34.
Okay.
It's kind of, I can't really explain it. It's the whole issue is just ridiculously goofy concept. What ifs? It's just a whole comedy issue where they just went all out and asked really stupid questions. If you could find it, just want to laugh. That's in there, but there's a lot of crazy. Like, look, as you can see here, look at Aunt May.
Okay.
Oh, I've actually seen that before. Now, this may be actually one of the few what ifs I've ever actually read. I recognize this.
Now that's from a different one. I'm just saying the comedy issue is different from one, but I'm just saying the Aunt May one's pretty ridiculous too.
was like,
Can't remember the exact issue that's out my way. But the comedy issue has to be seen to be believed. It has fun stuff like what if Bible become a rock star?
Okay, you say this is a comedy issue. Could you please, when you can, message me what that issue is? Because I'm going to try to seek that out online. That is definitely, I'm going to seek that one
issue
out.
Number.
Does she have a cap on?
This is volume 1. I think it's volume 1, 34.
Well, what if number 34? Okay, I'm writing that down right now. Thank you. This is wild.
That's hilarious. That's a hilarious issue.
Oh, man.
You ever see this?
I love it.
Ever see this one with the Hulk becoming a barbarian?
No, but tell us.
That's a fun one.
Oh, man.
Nah, that's again. Some of these. Remember some of these.
Shopping spree.
Dude, yeah, that one's awesome.
I remember it's been 40 years since I've read some of these. So I'm just looking at, what if Rick Jones become the Hulk? That's actually pretty interesting.
I can actually see that.
Yeah, he could have easily become the Hulk.
That makes sense. I mean,
that
that's
does make sense.
And back before he had the brain of Bruce Banner, did a what if about it?
Before Professor Hulk with Peter David.
Right. Before Peter David did all that stuff. So, yeah.
Debug.
How about a fake cover? What if Ash had become the Hulk?
Oh, no.
Bruce Campbell?
No, that would be groovy.
Yeah.
Groovy. That would be
groovy. I was gonna say I got two things. I got two things in my mind with the Aunt May Hulk. One, or Aunt May. I just said Aunt May as the Hulk.
Does somebody have an Aunt May Hulk fetish there?
No, Aunt May is Spider-Man. What? Did she have like a cap on the top of that with the hair and such? And too?
Lord!
I will admit. If I'm thinking of MCU terms, I've just pictured Marissa Tomei in a Spider-Man suit. I'm like, okay, I can go with that.
No one would ever do a real comic about this, right?
Oh yeah.
This would never happen. No, there would only be a what if. They'd never do this, right? Would they?
Well, that's where they got some of their ideas from. Like literally.
No, that was a dream.
It could work.
That I see dream. I meant nightmare.
They should call.
It
I guess we'll find out in this movie, right?
Oh boy, I already know they're gonna hurt. They're gonna hurt Chris Hemsworth. No matter what, they're gonna
destroy him.
I think it was in like a Marvel Generations Iron Man is like, what if it was kind of like a what if, because like Tony Stark became a sorcerer supreme.
Oh yeah,
we talked about that earlier.
Yeah,
go on.
Basically, he spent the entire issue praising Greer Williams, and I'm like,
yeah, basically
that was Marvel Generations. That was the Generations.
This is not. What if the Vision had destroyed the Avengers?
Yeah, good comment. This was a good one.
I can actually see this happen. Once again, this is one of those concepts that, like, I can actually see that happening.
Basically, in movie sense, if Ultron actually did get Vision's body, that's pretty much the best way to describe it, right there.
Yeah.
In the comics, it's more feasible because of Hank Pym's temperament and everything. There's something to be said about him implanting something on Ultron and that staying on Vision. So
his temperament, he beat the crap out of her.
Exactly. You know what I mean, but I
know. I was just giving you crap.
Here's one for D-Bud. That's his favorite right there.
What if Avengers had never been? And that looks like number 3, if my eyes are seeing correctly.
That is
number
correct. 3. Here's Jet's favorite. I remember where I was the day I bought this one. I remember where I was. I remember everything I did that day.
Awesome.
I can't tell you why, but yeah.
There's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, because
when I was a kid.
Because they did play with that later on with Future Foundation.
Exactly. We got the Future Foundation Spider-Man, the white costume Spider-Man, and he was part of the Fantastic Four.
I just hated those white outfits.
Also, the Amazing Batman.
The
Amazing Batman was amazing.
All right.
It was better when it was a what if.
I gotta ask, was that number 1 a volume 1 or a volume 2?
That was the first
one ever.
Yeah. It was in 1977, Nick. I remember.
Okay.
So.
And you were only 2 years old.
Me?
Wait.
Jed may have been.
I think I was 3.
I was not alive yet. I was 10 years later, but it's okay.
I didn't start remembering things until 77.
I was 13, and I still don't remember that. I do remember that.
Yeah, that's like 20 years before even I was conceived.
I remember
I was even conceived.
I remember I walked out of the movie, the Apple Dumpling Game with Don Knotts and Tim Conway, and then went and bought that and the Ecker drugs. That's how ridiculous. Well, I can't remember why I can remember it, but I don't know. I don't know why I can remember it. I can't remember it.
My grandfather took me to go see the Apple Dumpling Gang. And I was like, why did we go see this?
At 3 years old, you said that?
I said in 1977, I didn't start to remember things until 77.
At 3 years old, you said, why did we go see this? Wow.
I was a talkative kid. Just why do you think I'm talkative now? Like, you know.
Are you talkative? Come on.
I mean, I got kicked off of a channel because I talk too much. You know.
Ironcaster. This actually looks cool. Once again, as I said earlier, I'm very casual when it comes to X-Men. Like, no, I like him, but I'm not like highly into him. But this book, if I saw this on a spinner rack, I would buy it. This actually looks fun and creative.
Yeah. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
So the basic premise of this story.
He would have to say it like a British accent. You have to say it like in a more British accent, though.
Like Sean Connery, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Bitch, I know, right?
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
I'm the Juggernaut.
So
that was
so
more
in this story,
Stallone.
what happens is there's the famous moment where Kane, Marco, and Xavier are in the middle of like Vietnam fighting, or it might have been Korea. I'm sorry, I'm getting the two wars mixed up.
When one of them fall and finds the helmet, right?
Yep, and in this case, it was Xavier who reached for it and grabbed the gem and became the Juggernaut.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
She's the Juggernaut, bitch.
So you have the most powerful telepath who's an unstoppable behemoth.
So he's pretty much dangerous to the entire world at this point.
Absolutely.
And he's not in a wheelchair either, so...
Yeah. Oh no, he was like, oh, you know.
What? Okay, this is an interesting what if. What if the Juggernaut was the one in a wheelchair?
What? Just like some huge. It's just like some big ass wheelchair though. Just like,
What?
Oh, I like what Pat S just said. What if Starfire's daughter dropped 60 pounds and dressed in a flattering manner? That would be a good what if right there.
What if Starfire's daughter actually looked like Starfire and or Dick Grayson? And
I know, right?
Actually
And-
made
yeah,
sense.
well,
And not the daughter of Control
well,
Freak.
that was a. Well, you can technically say that Nightfire was kind of a what if during.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
So basically, Onslaught, Dark Shadow Logan. There he is, Dark Shadow Logan. What? D-Bud, what if you guys are these guys?
So basically, Onslaught Logan.
Well, in some ways, yes.
Yeah, he
Onslaught,
is.
Onslaught is like Onslaught is the fusion of Magneto and Professor X.
Yeah.
Minds melt
Yeah.
together. So that.
Yeah,
that
it
could
does
be
make sense. Yeah.
All right, this comment here, I'll be reading. What if this will be our last one we run in the wrap up? But what if He-Man was in his own Netflix series? Is fun.
Well, then Mina
That'd be a
Sanchez
good
Español
book.
will be at 500 subs and not at almost 2,000 subs.
Oh, you guys are killing me.
What
Oh,
if
God.
Tita wasn't such a raging bitch on the series? So.
By the power of Grayskull, it is Mom.
Oh man,
I messed up back there.
Yeah.
I messed up what I said back there, but you know what? I would like to see what if Aunt May became the Hulk.
It's in the works.
May smash.
Oh,
And then she went.
Lord.
And then she went to a comedy show starring the Punisher.
Dude, she would destroy people with her legs, Dan McAnee. Like,
What if Wonder Man and Power Man were? Oh man, you guys, these
just like gamma radiated wheat cakes.
I know, right?
We got plenty. We got plenty.
She's like,
You do. All right.
I mean, what if Captain Marvel became Sorcerer Supreme? Oh wait, never mind.
Oh,
what if Ghost
yeah.
Rider became a sorcerer? Oh wait, that happened too.
whatever. Yeah.
Guess everybody
What
could be
if
Sorcerer
we
Supreme.
had competent people at Marvel?
I think you're getting a little out there.
Yeah, it's a little out there. Yeah.
What if Bucky became Cal? Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah, but that was good though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was Ed Brubaker though. That was.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I liked Bucky on that, so I gotta lie on that one.
Finish your broccoli. You won't like me if you don't finish your broccoli.
Aunt May's fat.
Oh man. Well, Nick.
Oh,
would you like to see the worst? Let me know when you want to
see
see the worst Elseworlds ever made.
Really, dude?
You know what?
Really? You're gonna make me hungry.
Oh my god!
Does it comes with any sauce?
Bosco sticks.
You're gonna make me hungry.
Right from the neighbor.
Does it
What
comes
if Tom
with?
Connor's ever slept?
Dare you?
This is from my girlfriend. She was nice and cooked me some Bosco sticks. Thank you to her. So what if Tom Connors ever slept and Hulk make Peter cookies? Hulk make yes, Clobberin. This is how we're gonna go out. Clobberin, show us this one last Elseworlds, and then we're gonna plug in channels.
Okay.
Yes, please do
if you want to
it.
see
Go
the
for
most
it.
sick, disturbing, absolutely horrifically horrible worst Elseworlds ever made, and I'm not making you think I'm setting you up for a joke. I'm not.
No.
It's from the mid '90s. It's called Ruins.
Those sticks need marinara sauce, man.
Anyone familiar with this one?
What is it?
Okay. Warren Ellis is a sick puppy. We all know this.
Oh yeah. This is bad, dude. Oh my god.
If you ever remember Marvels, this has Phil Sheldon from Marvels. Okay, take what this is though. It's almost. I think maybe he meant it as a brilliant deconstruction of deconstructionism gone wild. It's almost brilliant in that sense. It takes You know how we were talking earlier, and I totally agree with this. I forgot who was talking about it. When you put too much realism into superheroes,
right?
If you go overboard with it, you take all the fun out of it, and you take all the suspension of disbelief, and then your realism doesn't. Not only does it not work, it's pathetic. So if you take it to its logical extreme, it's no good. Well, in this one, this is the Marvel Universe in its ugliest. For example, Magneto, a guy with his powers, if he walked through an airport and he wasn't careful, well, there's a scene where he walks through an airport and he has this machine that holds his powers in check, this little thing he wears. It breaks. Someone breaks it. I forgot exactly why. Planes start crashing. Iron starts being sucked out of people's bodies. It's just sickening. I can't even, Peter Parker, he just gets sick from the radioactive spider, that sort of thing. Captain America's a cannibal. Let's see here. Thor, really, it's not. There's really no Thor. It's just Don Blake ate some weird mushrooms up in wherever those mountains, and he didn't come down with the hammer. Let's see. The Avengers were shot down when they went into space. They were shot down by a missile. They were all killed. But let's see. The Kingpin runs a Turkish prison type torture chamber for mutants. You see, the Hulk is just like a big blob of protoplasm. 4 issues of this. I think it was 3 or 4. I can't remember. It is everything that makes you want to kill yourself.
Jeez, did someone abuse him as a child?
Yeah, he's dead.
That's the stuff of nightmares, man.
Look how it's ugly. It's repulsive. I mean, even the interior art is disgusting. Trying sort of like a warped version of Alex Ross. Look at that. That's the Avengers blowing up and the ship. That's great. Isn't that funny? He's blowing up and whatever. And it's truly disgusting. Yeah.
That's some nightmare fuel.
They go out on a depressing note.
That is a never.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going out and say, see, this is what you can do when you go too far. And this was in the 90s. This was a warning. Like, look, this is what you get
when you push the limit.
When you go too far. Will you tell the Comics Code Authority to go F themselves, basically?
On the other hand, like Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe, which is the funniest horrible comic ever made. This one is, well, no, it's almost funny because if you read it, you think, wait a minute, is he serious or is he just trying to show you? Maybe Ellis is trying to show you this is what you get when you try to get too hardcore, too dark, grim, gritty, and realistic, quote unquote, in big quotes, with superheroes. So lighten the hell up. It could be that. He just never says because Ellis was a prick. So
the real question is, have you ever been in a Turkish prison?
Well, the mutants have, and I'm not going to tell you what he was doing to him.
All right. So commenting is dangerous here. Says, just got home from seeing Suicide Squad at the IMAX. It was freaking awesome. So bloody violent hair. Hey, I'm glad you're here and you enjoy. Commenting is dangerous. And now I see it. So, well, do ready to bring that? Oh, God.
Commenting was awesome, wasn't it?
I'm sorry about that, Nick, for bringing it down. I just thought,
you're
one more
good.
Elseworlds.
It's all good. I'm gonna have it. We're gonna do 3 quick plugs. So I want to know what's going on within the next 24 hours for you fine individuals to the chat. You've been awesome. Thank you for coming around. Any newcomers, thank you as well. And for those who are repeated comebackers, thank you for continuing to support this Friday Night Comic Talk panel. I appreciate you. You were all wonderful. What do you think of the? I never read it, but maybe my guys might have an opinion as we plug out. So first quick channel, Geek Tripology. Pablo, plug in real quick, man. What do you got in the next 24 hours?
Ooh-wee. I'm not sure if I'm doing. I will try. I will try to make Progressive Park. Other than that, on Sundays I will be opening some Toys on Jet's channel. So.
It'll be awesome. Toys and Star Trek on Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Pablo. And I appreciate you as always, my friend. You've become a good buddy here on the YouTube world. It's always fun talking comics on Friday night with you. Until we do this again, Ironcaster.
Hey, I like to talk about big robots. You can find tomorrow I should be over on the T-shirt Historian. In the afternoon doing This Week in Geek.
All right.
And
awesome,
to be in chat, so hey, check us out tomorrow.
Awesome, dude. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right. And our last minute hop on, Sir Makani. Why don't you plug away, my friend? What's going on next 24 hours for you?
Oh, damn. Only 24 hours? Okay.
Only 24 hours.
All right. Well, in the next 24 hours, tomorrow is, of course, episode 11 of Makani Live presents Rogue Entertainment. This is our Saturday stream, every Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific, where I join up with the Rogues. You may have seen many of them in the chats, including my boy, Drew Taylor, Supreme Heretic. We join up with the Rogues, and we talk about this week in pop culture and entertainment. It's a lot of fun. Basically, I think we have plenty of stuff to talk about this week, including Star Trek. Some other stuff popped up too, so I think it's going to be a very fun stream, and definitely check it out, guys. Tomorrow it'll be right on my channel, 4 p.m. Pacific, and then after that, I will be hopping on to Scott's channel, Sporking News Podcast, for the Saturday shit show that we call The Dump. So check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on here. Hey, just so you know, obviously your first time on here.
Oh no, is this
never
a ritual?
Feel free to say, hey, can you send me a link? I got you. That's all I want you know. I got you.
Okay, I thought it was going to be some kind of ritual or something here.
Yeah, we're going to hate you.
They have to be sacrificed or something. Yeah. My rite of passage.
You have to draw some hentai for that. So.
All right, Jed. Talk. Be quick. Make it nice and quick.
I know. We got to. Tomorrow, I don't like Pablo said he doesn't know if we're doing it, but then I'm on T-shirts, Leaking Geek tomorrow, and then whatever else we're gonna do. Sunday, 2 big things. There is the Pop Culture Archivist stream, which is going to be toys and original Star Trek. Okay, and then it's going to be a short stream because we have something freaking awesome.
All right.
Clobberin's, Fantastic Four stream. Paying homage to the Fantastic Four. Please, everybody be there. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, clobbering times. Plug away, my friend.
Only 24 hours.
You can. I'm going to give you exception plug-in Sunday for a good reason. So
I can't remember what's going on Sunday, but tomorrow night, Saturday night Star Trek. We've been having a lot of fun with that, and of course, we're continuing our slog through Star Trek: The Next Generation Season 1 and reviewing all of Star Trek. It's going to take us years. We're going to do it all, folks. I'm a wonderful first officer. There will be 4 more episodes tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and Sunday, which of course will be August 8th. 60 years to the day of the release of Fantastic Four #1, and I will gather my gang of global geeks at 4 p.m. Sunday. I wonder why 4? To celebrate the world's greatest comic magazine, our love for the Fantastic Four. No toads allowed, though. Only the Human Torch. But no,
there will be a torch coming. So,
but so we're gonna celebrate the FF as only we can. So yes, expect
awesome
prizes and
thank you, Clobberin.
You know that
you're gonna be there.
You know that
I will be there.
I was gonna say, that Toad from the Brotherhood of Mutants is very sad right now.
Yes.
Oh, you're killing me. Okay.
24.
To our special guest here, 24/7 Fusion Media, thank you for joining us, my friend. Thank you for your contributions to the panel. I hope to reunite with you to talk comics soon, and I will love for you to have the honor of plugging your channel. And for all those in the chat, just so you know, in advance, I posted all the links to all the guys' channels on the caption below that describes this panel. So all the channels are on there, so the moderators don't have to worry about that. Fusion Media, plug away, sir.
Well, for the next 24 hours, the only thing I'll be doing is just working on some videos and trying to find some other ways to get myself out there beyond YouTube. Matter of fact, I have a Reddit that I plan to be plugging videos in. 24/7 Fusion Media. Also got a subreddit that it just got worked out for me yesterday. Pat S, went ahead and helped me out with that. So, we got some things that trying to get on Spotify, iTunes, and that'll be my my project over the weekend. See how I can push myself beyond YouTube. But other than that, I'll be looking forward to just basically doing the Primetime Kings with Vigilante Williamson and Fat Steven Seagal on Mondays, and the Comic Book Roundtable on Tuesdays. So I know that's a little bit beyond 24 hours.
That's fine.
But that's
you're nice and quick.
Yeah, that's the next few things that I got going on.
Okay, cool, dude.
Can I at least promote what I got beyond the 24 hours though?
Or
is it just, or am I just restricted to just 24 hours?
Normally, yes. What do you got, Makani? Because we got to peace out.
All right. And of course, Sunday is the main show, Makani Live. This is our main drawing streams with me, Matt Smallberry, and Bardo, and M. Dashley. Sundays at 12:30 p.m. Pacific, right after Sunday Culture Review. Of course, Tuesdays is Draw with Maki, my solo stream, right after the Dark Council at 8:30. Draw Chill with me. And then, of course, Thursdays is the spiciest draw stream on YouTube. Thursdays with me, Matt Smallberry, Rosetta Allen on Thursday at 2 p.m. There you go.
All right, cool. Well, thank you guys. This has been fun. And now we're going to do our tradition of how we close this show. And Maki and Fusion don't know, but the other guys know what song we close out with. So to the chat, it's been fun. We'll see you again next Friday. I'll be live from Vegas until we do this all again next week. And now we cue the music. Na 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 na. Hey.